me everything, you could bring the melody. Can I go on?
Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If it's your first time here, welcome. My name is Bbnaija. This channel, I do makeup, I do lifestyle, I do movie reviews, more of lifestyle content actually. So yeah, I'm here guys, and today guys I'll be sharing with you the highlights of the Big Brother Naija lockdown edition that's going on right now. They just spent their first week, so I decided to share with you guys what went down in the very first week of their stay in the Big Brother Naija house. So guys, this year I must say I'm very I'm so happy with the choice of housemates this year. Like, these guys are actually so active, unlike past editions where in the first week you actually see them sleeping during the day. It's actually like no much activities to do, but these guys, they're just so bubbly and lively. Like, most of the time they're always trying to get things to do just to keep the show going. I actually like that about them. And then all the housemates this year, they're actually very beautiful. The guys, the girls, just beautiful, nice set of people. Like, this year I actually love the selections. I think because of the coronavirus, they had to do a different kind of audition process. Normally they would go to the venues with all this struggling and everything, but this time around they had to send in their videos, and they actually got, I don't know, I feel like these are like the best sets of participants we've had on the show so far. You agree with me that this year's housemates are actually very entertaining and interesting. I actually find them interesting. So guys, the first week we've had a couple of this year it's looking like this lockdown edition gang. They are mostly about shipping. It's shipping here, shipping there, left, right, center. I'm like, what's going on? Is that everybody's game plan? Because there are some people that shipping actually help their game and actually makes them stay longer in their house. But now seeing different couples just springing up within 1 week in the house, it's making it look like, is that why you guys came here? Like, did you actually come here for money, or you came to find love? That's how it's looking to me. Let me know what you guys think. Is it okay the way they are coupling up here and there? On Monday we had they had their very first head of house task, and their head of house task last week, that's actually the same task they are going to play all through the season. The head of house task was actually very, it was somehow confusing. Than it's actually like a game of luck. A dice, you have to roll dice. So the dice is actually going to determine whether you're going to go far or you're going to stay back. So when they played the game, Neo and Nengi actually tied, so they had to do the game again, and then Nengi became the winner. As she became the head of house, she became the very first head of house for this season, and the head of house is supposed to pick a deputy, that's someone to assist her with her duties, and she picked Watoni. A lot of people were expecting her to pick Ozo because they are attracted to each other, but she actually picked Watoni. And so that was how the head of house challenge went on Monday. And then on Tuesdays they had their introduction sections and then diary session as well. Their challenge for the week was Big Brother asking them to get to know each other, know things about themselves, and then they were going to ask them questions about each other in the chat. They actually spent a better part like 2 to 3 days of the week trying to get to know each other, telling themselves about their upbringing, how they grew up, just different things they feel like Big Brother can actually ask during their task, because that was supposed to be their wager task for the week. So they spend most of their time doing it. And then in the diary room they had Kaisha. Kaisha didn't actually feel at home. She didn't feel at home, and she felt a lot of people were just being fake. They were not being nice to her, and she was just in her shell. But I think she's gradually coming out. Hey, another person in the diary room was Neo. Neo is the Omashola of this season. This guy talks way too much. Like, oh my goodness. Neo is a talkative. Talkative. I'm even feeling like Omashola is not as worst as Neo is. Like, this guy talks and he doesn't even feel like he's talking. He's a talkative. It's actually funny to see him and V calling up, and I'm like, really? I didn't expect V because she's like she's this UK born and brought up there kind of girl. So I didn't actually expect her to be attracted to someone like New, because it just gives this lousy kind of appearance. But then they're actually kicking it off. They had a challenge as well where they had to bet, I think. They also had a challenge where they had to talk about tourism. They had to talk about how many countries they've been to, where they've traveled to, and the places they saw when they visited there. It actually showed that a lot of these housemates are well traveled. It's just a few of them, like Lucy, that has not actually traveled out of the country. I think Lucy and Tochi, every other person had a lot to say. Nengi has traveled to different places. Erica, Paris, like they were just listing places. UK, Kid Wire is the son of a billionaire in Benue State. So did you guys hear when Kid Wire said he actually booked a flight, a private jet down to Lagos from Abuja for $8,000? Did you guys calculate that? That's like 3.5 million naira just to come to Lagos for the show. So Kidwaya is actually very humble. He's a cool guy. He's a cool kind of guy. And when they were doing their traveling gist, talking about it, some posts on Twitter just talking about how he's humble, how he's looking at others as they are talking. I'm going to put some of those posts here so that I can see. It's a whole lot of craziness on Twitter. I'm going to put some of those tweets somewhere in the video so that I can see some reactions from viewers and their tweets. And then Brighto has been turned into a meme. It's almost like every single thing he does, he just boom. It's just about church evangelism and everything. I wonder how it all started from. And it actually started from the night he got there, and then they took one of his picture and just photoshopped it into a banner, and that was how it started. Every little thing, right? So once he talks like this, or he just looks or does something, they're already putting it as a meme, as an apostle minister. It's just crazy on Twitter, and the way people just make things up and just make it blow like that. Just little Twitter bans, and they're taking it serious. It's just like he's a pastor. Now, so shipping, Lilo and Eric. Like from the very first day they got there, from that night we saw them getting closer and closer and closer, and it was looking like. And now the funny thing is, Lilo says she has a boyfriend outside the house, and that to me is Nina's script because that's the whole thing. Nina was shouting, "Miracle is my everything. My boyfriend is my boyfriend." That kind of vibe. That's just how and that's how Lilo comes. That's how she comes across to me with this thing she's doing with Eric, and it's like they are always together every single time. I don't understand what's going on with them. And then Neo and V, it's almost like they're not even giving them breathing space. You can't even allow their personalities to shine through with everything that is going on. And that actually brings me to the new dynamics of the game. This season, Big Brother says, apart from the head of house and the deputy head of house, every other person is going to be up for eviction. So this time, I actually like the fact that there's no how anybody is going to just hide under the radars of nominations, because with nominations, if you're in the good books of people, then they might not nominate you. And then that way you might not actually know the very strong contenders. Like you get to know when people are nominated and then the votes come in. but then you just see some people that you expect to be out of the game, they actually end up staying longer. But with this strategy, the weakest link just has to go, and so we're definitely looking forward to it. And then we had the first fight in the house. The fight was between Watoni and Lucy. Watoni and Katrina. Katrina actually comes off as a very bossy person, and with the way the fight went, you see that Watoni is not even so much of a very confrontational person. She actually started crying at some point, and Katrina didn't even feel anything. She didn't feel like what she did is wrong or something. I didn't actually get to see what led to their fight. And then after them, we also had Lucy, Katrina, and Kaisha's fight, and that one was about light. Kaisha said she doesn't like the room being dark, and Katrina and Lucy wanted the room dark, so that's what brought about the fight. And from the live show when Ebuka asked, you can see that Watoni is not even bothered. She's a bossy person, and it's not looking like she's willing to even maybe drop some of her attitude, because from my introduction, she said she's a boss lady, she's rich, she has properties, and so I actually feel like sometimes it might get into her head, and that's just it. But then they actually waited a bit before fighting, unlike the Pepper Dem gang. For Monday like this, Tacha and Thelma, they were already fighting. But this one's actually, they gave us space a bit until Friday. People were already tweeting on Twitter like, what's going on, why are these housemates not fighting? It's like some people are just sitting down, they're just waiting for fight to just happen. Let them just see something to gist about and tweet about. That's what some people are actually waiting for. And then another ship that is actually fast growing is Erica and Kidwire. It's like, sis, we saw what you did there. Like, the strategy that Erica just used to just try to, get to Kidwire. It was like, she was crying about not bonding with anybody, and, Wire was just like, okay, I'm here for you. You look beautiful. You are this, you are that, you are strong. Just trying to encourage her. And from there, it's actually... Speaking of, and I'm definitely here for it. I'm here for it. I actually like their combo together. Erica is a very stunning, she's a very stunning lady. To me, I feel like she's actually the prettiest girl in the house. To me, Erica is the prettiest girl in the house. And actually, she and Nengi were having a conversation about them not being too cool, and she wants them to be cool because they're like the two hottest girls in the house. And people started saying that's cocky, how will she say that, she's not even fine, blah blah. But to me, actually, I agree with her. I feel like they're actually the two hottest girls in the house. Yes, every other person is fine as well, but then they are actually very fine. And then Lucy, from looking at it, that Lucy is trying to play Thatcher's script. She's just looking for ways to pick up fights where there's none. That's what Lucy is doing. But then from the tweet, someone actually tweeted that Lucy is trying to play Thatcher's script with the tweet said Lucy is trying to play Thatcher's script with Isilomo's fan base. And so if you're ever trying to play the strong fighty, just a fighter kind of move, you should have a strong fan base backing you up. But looking at it, it doesn't look like Lucy actually has fan base like that. But then this entanglement situation that we are having in the house, also the love triangle between Ozo, Dora, and Nengi. So from the day they got into the house, Ozo and Dora, they've actually been close. They do things together. But then from that day, when they asked Ozo, who is your spec? He said Nengi was his spec. So from there, it's actually like they're actually trying to pitch them together, because there was a time Lilo was even telling Ozo that if they get married, their kid is going to be so beautiful, blah blah blah. And so with the way things was going, you could see Nengi too trying to actually get close to him, trying to talk to him and all. And then they finally got to talk, and then Ozo said he fancies Nengi. And I feel like that word he actually used him actually sits right with Nengi, and then later changed it to I like you, blah blah blah. And then Dora, on the other hand, actually had a conversation with Ozo about being in a triangle. She said she just wanted to remove herself from the equation. Yes, they are friends, but then she doesn't like the fact that she spent so much time with him, and because of that, other people that might be trying to get to her will not want to get to her because of the closeness between she and Ozo, and they might not necessarily understand that they are just being friends. But looking at that situation, what I actually feel like maybe Dora is just trying to remove herself from the triangle because she might actually fall in love with Ozo. I feel like that's probably why she actually set him straight. But then I actually likes it because Ozo is a little bit confused. One minute he say Dora is my favorite person in the house, the next minute he say, oh, Nengi is my spec. But I actually like the way he explained it when Ebuka asked him about it. He still maintained the stand that, okay, Dora is my friend. He sees Dora as his paddy, like his coolest friend in the house. And then he sees Nengi as someone he can actually be in a relationship with. So guys, that's it on their own ship. But with the way it's looking, Nengi, I'm not even sure Nengi is so into it. Although last week she was just trying to get his attention and everything. But with the way it's looking now, from the conversation she even had with Watoni, she said she's not sure she wants to be in a relationship because she actually has a boyfriend outside of the house, and that's someone that's guaranteed that likes her and understands her. So it will be somehow for her to go into a relationship with someone she's just meeting, and she's not really so sure, unlike the person she has outside, and it's actually a long term, like they've been dating for long, so you don't really know how their ship stands. But I actually feel like every housemate should even play their games individually, and that's why this particular strategy of everybody for themselves, like every housemate for themselves, I actually like the fact that they are not nominating people this year. I'm here for that. Like, I am so here for that. And yeah, I didn't talk about Lekon. Lekon is, and that housemate actually stood out last week, is Lekon. Lekon is a very intellectual housemate. You can even see it, like when Erica was in the diary room discussion with Biggie, when she was talking about people that she people that she's bonding with. She said Lekon is quite smart. It's like the Aristotle. So Lekon is actually a very cool person. He's cool. And then to a Saturday party. Hey, a Saturday party. First of all, DJ Saz was it was messed up. It was messed up. It actually made the party start on a bongan. But then later Erica came through. See, Erica is a babe. Let me see, like, she's a babe. She's pretty, and she was just like, she just lit up the dance floor. I didn't expect so much from her, like, at all. I didn't expect it. We were expecting praise as far he's a dancer and all to just come on, but then praise didn't even bring the chat up. I didn't even see him dance so much, but Erica was on point from the beginning to the end. Erica, Tolani, then Lekon was moving from every girl to the other. It was just tapping coin, just working everything workable. That's all Lekon was doing at the party. Who again actually stood out at the party. I think that's all. And then Prince, the former Mr. Nigeria. I loved the versatility of Prince. I like how he expresses himself. I like how he's just I don't know, there's just something about Prince. There's something about Prince. I just like the way he does things. Like, he's expressive. He's this, when he was talking about himself, he's into fashion, he's into hair making, which we actually saw yesterday when they announced the darling competition where they have to make each other's hair. He barbed hair for people, he made hair for people, like he's just like this husband material kind of thing. So we had eviction show yesterday, but then no housemate was evicted. They gave them the opportunity to enjoy their week, unlike last year where we had a surprise eviction that that led to the eviction of Avala and Isilomo. This year there was no eviction. This year no eviction on the first Sunday. So everyone is going to spend 2 weeks in the house, and I'm sure today when they actually tell them every single housemate is up for eviction, they are going to be shocked, like shocked. And then Kidwaya, I don't understand what's going on. After the party, they had this truth or dare game, and then it was there to Watoni was there to kiss somebody, and then she asked Nengi to choose for her. Then Nengi chose Kidwaya, and so she and Kidwaya had to kiss. And then from the look of things now, he's also trying, is him and Watoni, they're actually getting close. So it's just leaving me confused. Like, you're just telling Erica about how much you like her, how much, the attraction is just natural, how she walks in her white dress, you like that and everything. And I'm like, Uncle, are you a player? Like, is that what Kidwaya is trying to do? But then we are just going to see how it unfolds this week. So I'm going to leave some of the clips of some of the events that happened in the first week of Big Brother Naija Lockdown Edition. That's the season 5 of Big Brother Naija. I'm going to link some of them. I'm going to add some of them to this video. So guys, please don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and I'll see you in my next video. And you can also check out my other videos as well. I have videos on reviews of the men's club, that if you watch the men's club, I have review on it, and I'm definitely going to be dropping reviews weekly as they drop every single episode as well. So please guys, don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and I'll see you in my next video. My Big Brother Naija updates is going to be weekly. I'm just going to do like a rundown of what went down the previous week. I love you all.